Hello everyone, Johnny Minder here, and today we are continuing to learn Japanese with Pokémon Snap. Last time we checked out most of the gallery on the title screen. We replayed the first course, we found the Pokémon sign, but not all the Pokémon there, so we'll have to replay it eventually. Today we start with the gallery so that we can finally finish it, so we can pause in the middle of courses, that is after playing the course and before one or two of the checks without having to worry about that anymore. After that we'll of course replay more of the courses to find the remaining Pokemon signs first and foremost, to finish the game, and also more Pokemon, since we want to eventually find them all, of course take all their pictures. Without further ado, let's start. And so we can immediately go to the gallery. And last time we checked out most of the options. The only one left is this one. Miru, the usual verb, which means to see, to look at, to watch. At the top, as usual, we have Gyarai, so gallery. It's what we are checking out. And then we have this new writing. Okiniiri no yonmai no shashi no ookiku shite miru yo. First and foremost, we have Okiniiri. We have seen it before in this very series. It comes from the verb, the expression. It's an expression, Okiniiri. First we have O, the honorific prefix. Then we have ki. The usual mind, spirit, mind, and so on. As usual, again, you might have heard it in martial arts. Japanese ones as ki, of course. In Chinese ones as chi, because of further evolution of the language. Then we have the particle ni. To, as in into, in this case. And then we have iri from iru. Which means to enter, to come in. Notice again that this one is an accented. Nowadays the verb which means to enter is a compound from this one, iru, unaccented. The one used, hairu, accent on the first syllable, because hai is considered a diphthong. And so on, the ha instead of the I, and so the second to last more, as usual. So literally, first and foremost, as usual, iru, it's, despite being in iru, literally in this case, it actually is U verb, coda verb. And so, to make the continuative form, we have to change the U into E to make the continuative form, and so the corresponding noun. Entering, so in our case, entry. And so literally it would mean entering one's spirit, mind, and so on. And yes, so kiniru can technically be used usually without this the honorific prefix to say that to like, to be pleased with, delighted with, take a liking to suit one's fancy. Funny enough, that expression is technically somewhat closer to the original Japanese expression. But yeah, by changing the verb into its continuative form, we get this noun, technically, favorite, and can be used also with the possessive particle no, like in this case, to make what we consider in English an adjective. So to modify the following noun, even though technically it's in Japanese a noun plus possessive particle combination. By the way, they're all unaccented. These both kiniru and kiniri or kiniri doesn't change, all are unaccented. But yeah, so we have favorite, then the possessive particle as mentioned, no. After that we have yonmai, again numeral plus counter combination. Mai is the usual counter for thin and flat things like sheets of paper, and so of course also photos. In this case, Mai is of Chinese origin, and so usually uses Chinese numerals, but 4 is an exception because, again, it would be Xi, which has the same pronunciation as the kanji for death, and yes, so they prefer not to use it. It's still used in some specific terms, but we'll see them when the time comes. But yeah, usually you see yon used instead, sometimes abbreviated as yo, but yeah, more often than not yon. Also, and so of strictly Japanese origin. As we have seen, Mai is easy for the when it comes to the accent, as the accent is always before Mai, immediately before Mai, except for 5, which becomes unaccented komai. But yeah, in this case would be yonmai, accent on the first syllable, and so actually on the yo, because again, it's the syllable that matters, and so on its own doesn't count for it. But yeah, after that we have another possessive particle no to modify and specify the quantity of the following noun, which is shashin, the usual Chinese compound, unaccented luckily, so which means photo, picture. And yeah, of course we have seen it so many times throughout this series, being such an important term for this game. Then we have the object particle o, written as wo, and pronounced as such in careful speech and also singing. Then we have okiku, from the adjective oki, the accent usually is on the second more, so on the key, second to last more. Technically, you could say also syllable. In this case, it isn't counted key as a single syllable. Yeah. Either way, it's on the key, the accent, when in its dictionary form, or key means big, large, great, and so on. Yeah, fundamental meaning big. We can drop the E and add ku to make the adverbial form. In this case, required because then we add the verb suru, unaccented, literally to do. In this case, with an adjective in the adverbial form plus suru, make something implied that adjective, and so make it big in our case. Make the 4 photos, favorite 4 photos big. We could say, in this case, technically bigger. While there are some ways, as we have seen, to specify the comparative, in Japanese it isn't strictly necessary. Sometimes it isn't expressed at all, but it's implied, especially as we have, I think we have seen it, some examples of it in a previous series more than this one, when there's a term of comparison. But yeah, we'll see it inevitably again. But yeah, in translation I'll definitely say bigger, because technically you could also say simply big, but yeah, doesn't particularly matter. We have that form. In this case, suru is completely regular, so we have to remember that it becomes ste. The form required because then we had the verb miru, again the one we have seen in the options, as the current option. But after the form of a verb, as we have seen multiple times, it means literally do the action of the verb in the form and look at the results. And so that's why the miru form means to try doing the action of the verb in te. Last but not least, we have the usual final sentence particle, yo. Hey. I'd say in this case also simply you know. Yeah, so simply emphasis. And yeah, so the translation we practically have already seen, but yeah, it's global. It becomes actually, by the way, in this case, I've just noticed that instead of being a miru form, as in do the action of the verb and look at the result, and so try doing that the action of that verb, it could literally be simply a te form, and so with the meaning is simply do the action of the verb in te and then the rest of the sentence, because honestly in this case it makes more sense to say that make your favorite 4 photos big, and look at them. Well, and you will, we can add the will in this case. Again, the present can be used also for the future, a simple future, and yeah, in this case I'd use it. So yeah, makes more sense that because you aren't trying to make them bigger, but yeah, no, you literally make them bigger and then look at them as we've seen last time. But yeah, how you distinguished between a simple te form plus miru as an actual verb instead of an auxiliary one, the context, just like I did, you can't tell otherwise, honestly. Well, technically there is a trick when you write with kanji, because the one used as an actual verb, miru, would be written with its kanji. The one used as an auxiliary, usually it's written with kana. And so yeah, actually when you introduce a kanji, then there's also that trick, but yeah, of course, the context still fundamental in Japanese. But yeah, so we've seen that, and yeah, now we can choose that option. And yeah, as you can see, we have the first photo in its full screen. And yeah, we have these writings, and as you can see with the various buttons, literally the icons of them, some options, we'll try them. But first we have Horebore Suru Shashindane. We have this Horebore, which, to be completely honest, I haven't heard, even though I can guess that hore most likely from verb horeru. Horeru, we'll check its accent, an accent, yes. Well, its usual meaning that you'll find is to fall in love with, to fall for, become enamored with, to be taken with. But yeah, of course, also by extension, simply to be attracted by, to be charmed by, to be captivated by, impressed by, to admire. And yeah, of course, in our case, well, of course, it's more the second translation, but yeah, here, before, we actually have first to make the, it's a ru verb, it's an verb, so we can drop the ru to make the continuative form, and so technically the corresponding noun admiring. But then we also double it. Hore, bore. Notice that the second one is voiced, as we have seen often happens in compounds, especially when the second term is of strictly Japanese origin, sometimes even Japanese ones, but yeah, especially strictly Japanese ones. And yeah, so we have this doubling of hore, horebore. We actually check its accent first and foremost. Okay, and its accent is on the first syllable of the second word of the doubling. And so yeah, as usual, as we have seen, typical spot for the accent of such compounds. Along with the last syllable of the first word. But yeah, in our case, the first syllable of the second word. So on the bo, horebore, horebore. Again, the accent in Japanese is a matter of pitch. So low because then the second syllable, the second more in this case is high. It's a rule for the accent in standard Japanese, the Tokyo accent. If the first one were high, the second one would be low instead. But yeah, so low, high, high, and then low, because then the accent is where the last high syllable, high more technically, so the smaller unit of Japanese of words in Japanese. But yeah, and so horebore. So the re is low. Yeah, as for its meaning, it's technically an adverb, which means fondly, admiringly. Yeah, so we get the meaning of the verb to admire, with fascination, with adoration, with enchantment. And technically can also be made into a suru verb by adding suru, the verb literally to do, and so to do in that way, to do admiringly. Well, in this case, it's actually as in more in the sense of fascinating, adorable, because as we see after that, after the suru, we have a noun, so again relative clause, but in this case we only have this expression plus suru, this adverb plus suru, so in attributive position, modifying the following noun. So yeah, fascinating, I'd say. And then, yeah, of course, we have shashin, and so fascinating photo. Shashin is a noun, and so we have the copula da. And then, last but not least, we have the other typical final sentence particle, ne. Right, isn't it? And so on. Yeah, those are the fundamental meanings. Yeah, usually the most typical usage of ne is for request for confirmation or agreement. Also used, as you know, in the sense that you express your feeling, your thoughts or feelings. Alankyo, that it's more like emphasis, as we said. Also used for informal requests, but yeah, we have seen them also in other occasions, but yeah, as a reminder of some of the fundamental usages of it. Yeah, so yeah, I'd say in this case it's a fascinating, adorable, we could also say technically, photo, picture, isn't it? And yeah, then we have all the options. With the button a button, tsugi o miru. Tsugi is, well, as you can see here, technically a noun. Often, again, like what we have seen for okiniri, takes the genitive case particle no, the possessive particle, to technically make, in practice, an adjective, even though it's a noun plus possessive. because its meaning is next, following, subsequent. Technically on its own an accent on the last syllable, and so actually in this case we would hear it, unlike when we had no, because no is an exception. It makes words accented on the final syllable unaccented. Other particles don't do so, like in our case the object particle, so tsugi or low, high, low. But yeah, so the next one, so implied the photo, then we have the object particle O, and then miru, and so see, look at the next implied photo. With the button B we have mo, I, ya. We have seen already this expression, mo, I, from mo, already, accent on the first syllable on its own, yet, in the negative, not anymore, not any longer. We've seen it also with an extended meaning, which is further, more. Yeah, of course, also soon, actually, as in before long. Yeah, in this case, I'd say more like already. And then we have the adjective I, as usual. I/yoi is the form used usually nowadays on its own. Yoi is the one used for further conjugation. Its meaning is always good, nice, and so on, but the fundamental one, good. And yeah, so literally it's already good, and so in the sense it's enough, that's enough. And then last but not least we have this final sentence particle, yeah. And yeah, I think we have seen it before, that it's actually, I was confused at first, but yeah, it's simply an emphatic particle in nothing strange. We'll quickly check it again, since I actually found it on Wiktionary. And yeah, as it says, yeah, more than emphasis, an exclamatory particle. So yeah, makes sense. As if you say it's enough, that's enough, better in English. Yeah, usually as an exclamation, even though here we don't have the exclamation mark. And then last but not least, with the Z button, we have messaggio, che su, then again that dot in the middle, which is practically a space in a sense, as in the spaces usually used in English, because when you write with kanji, all the spaces we see now will disappear. Yeah, these dots still remain. Can also be seen kind of like hyphens. Yeah, we've seen them also in this very series elsewhere. But yeah, the translation, we have first and foremost messaggi. from English message. Let's check quickly its accent. Yeah, it's actually accented on the first syllable, just like in English, message. So, messaggi. Notice, like in English, of course, the doubling of the consonant for se, similar to how it's written. And then also the lengthening of the vowel for the se. I'd guess because maybe they heard it pronounced more like message with an A, or they at least interpreted it as such based on the writing. And so yeah, of course, A then actually becomes long E usually in Japanese. Yeah, so message, then the object particle o. And then we have first kesu, a verb which we have seen before, means to delete, to cancel, to erase. Also by extension to turn off a light, TV and so on. Other extended meanings, but we focus on the fundamental one, which is to erase, to delete. Then we have the middle dot, as already mentioned. And last but not least, we have hyoji, which is a Chinese compound. So hopefully it's unaccented, and it is. Means, well, as usual for these Chinese compounds, it's a noun, which means indication, expression, showing, manifestation, demonstration. In computing, so technically I'd say maybe more like that in our case, display, and also the action, so displaying, as in display, as in displaying. And yeah, by the way, we can also add suru in this case to make a verb, like as usual for these Chinese compounds. But yeah, so with the Z button, and by the way, I say it as Z because, as we have seen, that's in Japanese it is Zeddo, or at most Zetto, but yeah, not Z like in American English. Yeah, Z. With the button Z, we have delete or display the message. And yeah, we can we'll actually try these options now, so to see. Yeah, no, we can't. By pressing A, we simply go forward. And so actually we have to continue. We can't go backwards, I think, because B it's to exit this most likely, considering that it says mo ya. With Z, okay, it's message, as in this writing, this message. And yeah, if you press it once, it disappears, and we also hear the sound effect. If you press it again, it reappears with a different sound effect. So yeah, we can press B. And yeah, with that we have actually finally finished the gallery. And so we can continue from the continuation, literally. And yeah, so we can actually play a course, replay a course. Last time we did the beach. We'll have to replay it again, as already mentioned at the start. But yeah, so now the third course is already done. So yeah, we'll go to the second course now. And yeah, without further ado, as it says also here, let's go. And our protagonist says Yosh, the exclamation, again from Yoi, the classical form of the adjective. Yeah, nowadays used simply as an exclamation. Let's take the pictures here. Even though, as we have seen last time, this isn't the best Pikachu you can get. We got a better one on the beach now that we had the poker food. Like to get... yeah, I could speed up, of course, with the dash engine, but yeah, I actually want to potentially take better photos of Pokemon here. And actually, soon enough, we'll get close to certain something, so... I know. Let's ignore the Kakunas, let's try to get a better Zubat there. Okay, first and foremost, this, which is quite important, both for design and for a Pokemon. Yeah, now we can make Pikachu come closer. If we blow the Poké Fruit, yeah, Pikachu uses Thunder Shock and actually makes the egg opens, and yeah, we get Zapdos. And yeah, was important because, as you might have noticed, all the screens are lit up. Let's take some quick pictures of that. Yeah, we'll ignore all that because we have to focus here now. And yeah, we get, here's the Poké sign. I'm pretty sure that, at least that's how I remember, that you have to make, yeah, notice all the things that actually make that shadow appear of the Poké sign. We try to get a better Magnemites, and also of course a better Magneton, since this time we don't have to leave. Yeah, these go there. Okay, thank you, so that I can take better pictures here. Perfect. Yeah, we should have a really good one there, but yeah, we're at the end of the course, so we can enter it. And yeah, so pretty short actually. And yeah, the most important thing, the Poké sign, and so actually also Zapdos. Pretty sure it's actually required, because as we have, I think, seen, you can turn the screens on also by hitting the Electabuzz. Maybe I activated one before, but if I didn't, you can do that. But yeah, pretty sure that for the sign you have to make Zapdos power everything up. And yeah, now we're at the camera check. We choose our pictures as usual. Yeah, good Pikachu ones, but yeah, no. Doubt they'll be better than serving Pikachu. Too bad that I think this one might not count. We'll try this one where the Poké Food had just disappeared, to see if it counts. Yeah, of course we have there the most important one, well, after the Poké sign, but for now we have some, yeah, unfortunately not centered there. I'll try it anyway. Some, yeah, this is a really good Zubat, potentially. But yeah, first, yeah, we have this, the Zapdos, and so, Zapdos, Japanese name. Yeah, I'll still open the Bulbapedia page, but yeah, it's clear enough. It's Sanda, and yeah, so simply actually thunder from English. Notice how that it's sa in Japanese. That's of course because Japanese doesn't have the th sound, and so they replace it with the closest one, which is s. Fricative, similar position, and yeah, so that's it. And yeah, so literally simply thunder. And yeah, also, of course, Bulbapedia doesn't add anything, because yeah, this one is clear. It's pretty simple and clear enough. Unfortunately, there isn't the accent on the dictionary, on the usual online dictionary plus plugin combo. I quickly check on the physical one. Okay, got the physical dictionary. Let's see if we can find it here. It's worth checking because most, especially these English words, we can't find, but we have seen that sometimes there are, yeah, and in this case there isn't. I can already tell you, it isn't there. My guess would be just like in English dialect, so on the sa on the first syllable, thunder, and so sanda. But yeah, as we have seen, sometimes there actually are some words that we can find the accent there, and not in the online plus plugin combo. These aren't the best, but I think that this one would technically be the best, but I want one where it's emitting lightning, because of course it should be a special picture, and yeah, so we'll try this one, not the best one, but yeah, we'll try it. Then we have our usual hunter. Unfortunately, we didn't have luck this time. We'll try with this one, but yeah, I have serious doubts. And yeah, last but not least, of course, the pocket sign. Actually, I usually go for closer ones, but honestly, I'd like to show the elements that compose it. So let's go for this one. And yeah, with that, let's say we can proceed. Ah, sorry, we have the Magnemites, of course. Technically this counts as a Magnemite, but yeah, let's try going for this one. Last time we got one with the apple, so it should be fine. Yeah, we'll try the closest one here. And yeah, those should be all the photos. And so yeah, nothing too particular to add to the album. So yeah, let's actually do Professor Ox's check immediately. I don't think there will be much, apart from, I guess, in terms of writings, apart from Satos, as already mentioned. Oh yeah, let's try it. Yeah, Professor Ox's check. In Japanese, Okido Chekku. In English above it, Dr. Okido's check. Yeah, Tama Nori Pikachu, as we have already seen. Pikachu riding a ball, and yeah, that's special points. So yeah, while we are getting a better size, we don't then get also, of course, Pikachu being happy, and so yeah, no. Not better, of course, as expected. We have Kakuna, might be, yeah, it's better, of course, when it comes to size. Pose is actually the same. Yeah, no technique actually, because it's slightly not in the off-centered. So yeah, we'll keep the other one. We have this Zubat, which could be bad. Yeah, it's better when it comes to the size, literally bigness, as a reminder, Okisa. The pose is actually perfect. This time it's actually sent facing directly towards the camera. And yeah, we actually get also the technique, so yeah. Really good.
Yes.
And yeah, this is the new one. Zapdos. And not the best size. The pose is good enough, lucky enough. Being on the side. By the way, actually, yeah, Subarashi, of course, and good enough, luckily. But yeah, actually, it emitting the thunders doesn't count for a special pose, as we have seen. Unless I missed it, but I don't think it said anything. So yeah, actually, it's better to go for, well, it also didn't have additional points at the very least, so yeah. So yeah, the other one would have given us more points, more likely. Most likely that would have been the case. Yeah, no, this one is really bad, unfortunately. Enough to get a Subarashi, but yeah, not to beat our previous picture, which was really lucky. A really good one. Good enough size. And yeah, we get an additional writing here. First and foremost, of course, our usual O, as in like O in English, the exclamation. And then it says Umasoni Steoru na. First and foremost, we have umai, the adjective, but here not as umai without the e because of further conjugation, but yeah, umai. We have seen it before, but with a different, would be with a different kanji because it has a different meaning. This one is the meaning, the actual meaning of umai technically, which is delicious, tasty. The one we have seen is skillful, good, as in skillful. But yeah, that's clearly a figurative usage. The literal one most likely is delicious, tasty, and so good as in delicious / tasty. But yeah, it's a adjective. The accent should be the same regardless. Yeah, accented. It's a adjective, so we can drop the e and add so, u, so long, so. The auxiliary adjective actually to make the form seems, appears, has the appearance of, and yeah, so it looks, it seems, it appears tasty, in our case delicious, and so seems based on something's appearance. It's again worth mentioning because there's another so with a different conjugation. That means seems, but as in hearsay. it's an adjective, as I mentioned, so, and so actually we can make it technically an adverb by adding the particle ni. But in this case it's required because after that we have the verb suru. Again, to do, but with these with adverbs we have seen it well, more often than not, make big, like we have seen for okiku shite, okiku suru, okiku shite in that case, we have seen at the start of this episode. In this case it's more like for this electabuzz is how can I say it? It's tasty. It's finding it tasty, we could say. So yeah, it's more in that sense. Yeah, technically the conjugation is still the same. We technically have this adverb. But yeah, in this case, actually more like an adverb instead of make it so that. But yeah, literally in this case, do something in a certain way. The verb suru is in this case conjugated again in the te form, so ste, and then te form required because then we had oru. We have seen multiple times it's the humble form of the verb iru. Both mean be, as in to exist, with on their own, with animated things, so people and animals. Iru unaccented, oru accented. But yeah, after that, the form of a verb used as auxiliaries, continuing action or state. And last but not least, again, this final sentence particle na. We have seen that beyond its own usages, often in this game it's used as a replacement for ne or yo. I'd say ne more in this case. But yeah, so I'd say that the translation is more it's finding it tasty. Well, of course, in our picture the Pokemon food isn't there, but yeah, because that's what you get when it has when associated with the Pokemon food. But yeah, so in that sense, this adverb and steoru. Yeah, we can proceed. Lucky this time it counts as in the middle, barely so, I think, but yeah, it does. And so, way better, luckily. This one I'm not convinced. Okay, actually, it counts, it is better because last time it wasn't big enough to proceed. So yeah, better. Too bad that we don't see again then what it says for the Pokemon food, but yeah, oh well. And yeah, most likely we won't replay this course, by the way. We should have found all its Pokemon, and there aren't even technically additional writings beyond this one, but yeah, as we have seen, most of the Pokemon food ones are similar, but yeah, it's not worth replaying a stage just for that. Yeah, we have much bigger size, actually almost perfect. perfect pose. Yeah, straight facing the camera perfectly. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Oh boy, yeah. We actually missed the technique because Magneton is tricky. As you see here, there has to be one of them in the middle. And yeah, I guess in this case there isn't. So yeah, technically the older one is better. Yeah, last but not least, we have the Pokemon sign. Automatic Subarashi. Yeah, yeah, the usual hint, actually, explanation that, yeah, we have to find all the Pokemon signs to be able to go to a secret course. And yeah, with that, yeah, after the usual "Ya Okairi," welcome back in English. So we can take our usual break now, around 5 minutes as usual. When we're back, we'll continue replaying the courses to find more Pokemon signs. And yeah, so we have played the first one, we've replayed the first one, the second one, the third one, it's the first one we did, actually because of the Poké Flute. And so yeah, we'll actually go to the fourth one after this break. So yeah, see you then. See you in 5 minutes. And we are back. And yeah, we can continue. As I mentioned, we'll now replay the fourth course, the river.
Yes.
And yeah, we have, well, I'll try to get also this, the polywag if possible. Get better ones. And not the easiest to... Yeah, got this one actually at least. It's a really good one there. Here we have technically the Bulbasaurs again. Too bad that the one is way behind there. Yeah, we have the jumping Poliwag, but I'd say we can keep that other one. We already have. Yeah, we have to pay attention to this. Yeah, we have that. And yeah, it doesn't count unless you use the Pokefruit. And quite important because there's also the sign behind it. And yeah, as we'll see soon enough, yeah, now that the Vileplume is back to sleep, you can take the picture of the sign without when the smoke is there. So yeah, quite important to do that. So yeah, too bad for the slow... okay, that Slowpoke actually evolved there. Because of the apples I throw honestly quite randomly. Can make this Metapod come down. And not the best ones there. This one is turned on its side. Yeah. Yeah, with an app, the Poke Food, you can make the Poliwags come out. Yeah, here we have only one, unfortunately, because it didn't take them all. I actually don't want to use all the pictures here. Let's get rid of the Metapod. Because I want to try a certain something. The last time we barely got, but it didn't count, I think. Yeah, not the Porygons. I get one. Yeah, not too bad. Let's take at least that one. The Shelder. Yeah, we want a Pikachu actually. We have to take the picture when it's out there. Ah, too bad. Okay, got it. But yeah, then getting it there, it's not easy. Yeah, we got one, but yeah, not the best one. We still show it so that we can get what Oak says for that Pikachu. And we ran out of film. And so it ended, but yeah, the end was close anyway. Have all these Poliwags. I'll try a jumping one this time, jumping out of the water. We'll try this one to see if it has a different writing. Yeah, we have to go quite back. We then have, of course, yeah, these are all these. We have Bulbasaur. Yeah, not the older one. It's most likely way better. But yeah, we have Vileplume. we'll check anyway what also Bulbapedia says, but yeah, it's actually pretty easy. Also this one, let me still open it just to be completely sure. But yeah, it says it's called in Japanese Rafuresia. And so yeah, actually from Rafflesia in English. I actually wonder if it is a word, as we have seen, yeah, it actually is the word for Rafflesia in Japanese, straight up. Rafuresia. Yeah, Rafflesia, as in the flower. The famous, pretty infamous, because it's quite stinky. Yeah, as a name, as it says here, monster flower, alternative names, stinking corpse, lily, and yeah, so quite stinky. As for its accent, yeah, it's not found there. Let's check the physical dictionary. This one might have a better chance, honestly, since it's such a peculiar word that might not have a corresponding Japanese word. But yeah, no, actually not present anyway. So yeah, again, the safest guess is accented just like in English. So on the re in this case, Rafflesia should be, and so on the re in Japanese, Rafuresia. Quickly check. Yeah, Rafflesia. And yeah, so on the flea, technically, but of course in Japanese, fu, we have to add the u because f on its own isn't available in Japanese, and so on the re actually. Of course, the Japanese technically actually closer to how it's written than pronounced, as often is the case. Or at the very least, how it's written influenced the pronunciation in Japanese, of course. And yeah, so simply that, it's Parpum's Japanese name. Let's try to choose a good one here. A better one where it's dancing, I like. Even though technically it might not count as facing, but I'll actually try this one then. Okay, let's continue. We have the Poké sign, of course, the Pokemon sign. Yeah, as we have, by the way, I didn't mention it, but you might have guessed it, of course. The previous one was a Pinsir. Yeah, this one is a Cubone, which you might have guessed also based on the images, the hints in the Pokemon report, which you have seen before. Yeah, like... yeah, let's go for this one. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, really bad Slowpoke, but we'll take it. Unfortunately, since its bottom part is cut off, I think it won't be better than the current one. At that point, I honestly go for the bigger one. technically I have this. Yeah, actually, we went for this one, yeah, for the jumping. A random Psyduck might be actually better than the one we have, so we'll go for it. But we would go for it anyway. The Porygon still actually camouflaged, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, I'll try this one. Hopefully, at least we can see what kind of Pikachu this one is. And yeah, we have chosen all the pictures, and so we can go to the professor's check. And see if we get some new writings. Technically, we should. Not for these, of course, and yeah, it's not great, unfortunately. But a good picture, but not better than the previous one, which was really good. Yeah, we have the new one, Vileplume. Not the best size. But yeah, here we have a writing, actually. Good thing I noticed it, even though it isn't in yellow, because it doesn't give more points, but it gives a perfect 1000 pose without the additional points as we have seen. It says Pokémon no Odori wa I no. First and foremost, we have, of course, Pokémon. Then we have the possessive particle no. Then we have Odori, from the verb odoru. I think maybe, I don't remember if accented or not. Actually, unaccented, so I was correct. Odoru means to dance. It's worth mentioning that it means to dance originally, and actually it's still used with such a distinction technically in some context, in several contexts. A hopping dance. It's worth mentioning because there's actually another word for another verb which means to dance. Mau, unaccented, yes. Which originally is a whirling dance. I guess so. There are two different kinds of dances, and yeah. So actually, the distinction is still present in Japanese. Can be seen, for example, when you talk about the kind of dance in a festival, a matsuri. Speaking of, which should be, I think, unaccented. Yes, it's unaccented. And by the way, matsuri technically comes from a verb, also matsuru, unaccented. Verb which would mean to deify, to enshrine, to pray, to worship. Better to deify, to enshrine. But it's a verb codon verb. We can change the U into I to make the continuative form, and so the corresponding noun, which by extension becomes festival. Of course, in the sense because Japanese festivals, of course, originally had a religious meaning. Of course, different ones depending on the kind of festival, but yeah, Matsuri, so festival, but yeah, from actually the verb to deify, to enshrine, technically, and then to pray, to worship. But yeah, going back, Odoru and also Mau are both verb and verb, just like Matsuru. So we can change also there the U into I to make the corresponding nouns. And so yeah, for in our case, odori. And so yeah, dance, as in the noun. You might say in this case, isn't technically whirling here Vileplume? Yeah, technically it is, but I'd say it's more. It's worth mentioning that usually the distinction between my originally whirling dance, but yeah, it's more. You tend to not practically lift your feet from the ground. You might have heard of, for example, the No Theater, and yeah, for example, there you have Mai usually dances, but of that kind where it's more a movement, well, of course also technically of legs, because they don't stay completely static, but not by lifting them. And yeah, there's more movement of the arms. But yeah, odori is the typical kind of dance you might have seen in, as I mentioned, in Matsuri, in Japanese festivals, with also all the jumping. Yeah, so technically we have this odori in that sense. And yeah, then we have the topic particle wa, written as ha. Then we have the adjective I again, so good. Last but not least, we have this final sentence particle no. As we have seen with the meaning, it adds emphasis. We might quickly check also on Wiktionary just to be completely sure, as there might be something in addition. Yeah, actually it says there also used to express exclamation similar to ya. So yeah, actually keep it in mind like that. But yeah, we can proceed. Yeah, the technique, of course. Yeah, we got a Subarashi. Really good one. Unlike this picture, which is really bad. Well, actually, perfect pose, but yeah, really bad size. So we barely made it through, honestly. Yeah, we'll keep the other one. Curious about this Metapod. Okay, actually better size, even though it's cut off. The pose the same actually. And yeah, it's still in the middle of the photo, so actually better. Yes. Nice. And yeah, we have now our Poliwag. Let's see how this goes. Doubt better, but yeah. Yeah, we wanted to see it because of this. Here it says, actually I haven't really seen it, this, maybe it's the same as the Psyduck, yeah, might be, because I think we have seen, at the very least, a similar sentence, if not the same, but yeah, we'll go through it again, it's quite short. We have at first, of course, the usual O, exclamation. Then we have sugoi, an adjective you often, you might have already heard, well, we have seen it at least once before. Well, you might have also heard it in anime and so on. Technically, it means terrible, dreadful, but more often than not, more as terrific, and so actually amazing, great, wonderful. Yeah, also. Of course, also we can make the adverb by dropping the e and adding ku, and so awfully, very, immensely. Yeah, actually, both terrible and terrific. More terrific usually than. Yeah, so in this case, it's terrific and amazing. Then we have the noun modified by it, which is jampu. As a reminder, again, the n is actually pronounced as m because there's the following pu, and so p, a bilabial consonant. So yeah, literally from just like English jump, because it comes from jump. And yeah, it's pretty sure it's accented on the first syllable, just like in English. We've seen it before. Yeah, it is. Also in this series, I think, but definitely in Ohayo gozaimasu. And yeah, responded to the greeting in chat. But yeah, simply English jump. And then, of course, being a noun, we have the copula ja. Ja in this case, again, because it's the one used by all the characters in fiction. And yeah, so Oak is speaking and Oak is old as usual. Yeah, get doubling. So actually barely better, even though honestly I would have preferred keeping the... Okay, no, actually, because there was a little of an additional polywag, and yeah, we'll keep the other one also because it's objectively better, honestly, other than by 10 points. Yeah, this is actually a much better side, lucky enough. So we can actually proceed this time. So actually it wasn't the jumping side because yeah, we got that last time. I don't remember where we have seen something like that, the Sugoi Jampu.
Yes.
Yeah, the doubling, of course, it's in the middle, so perfect. Yeah, I have doubts about this Porygon, yeah, because of the pose, of course, the one at the Pokemon food, so, and yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. Actually, I think we might have gotten before it, because I remember this Speed Star, yeah, its name is Speedo Star Pikachu, so yeah, Speedster Pikachu. And yeah, I think we barely got it last time, but yeah, it got then cancelled, because of course we got better Pikachus. Well, we actually had gotten the ball riding Pikachu already, and yeah, that we kept that. So yeah, we actually had it before. But yeah, in this case better. Yeah, not even just with the special, it's better. Yeah.
Oshino.
Yeah, Oshino. Regrettable. As we have seen before, disappointing, unfortunate. And yeah, we're obviously keeping the serving Pikachu instead.
Oh.
And yeah, more important, we got the Pokemon sign, of course, automatic Subarashi. And yeah, with that we got one more Pokemon sign. And yeah, we can actually immediately play, also replay the 5th course, the cave. And we actually have a lot of things here, technically, in addition to, of course, apart from the Pokemon sign, which is our priority. But yeah, without further ado, let's start it. And yeah, we start here as usual. I take the picture of the Grimer there. Not the best Zubat. I should have aimed up to get a better one there. Technically there we got a better ones. Let's take that Grimer. Yeah, we have the Bulbasaurs, which are actually Dittos. Yeah, we have the usual Grimer here. We make it evolve. I get a better picture there. Technically there's also one there because I took the picture perfectly in the center of the second one. Yeah, last time this one wasn't here. Yeah, more important, let's try to get all the Jigglypuffs, if I can. Not like that, if I continue missing it. Okay. Not the best picture for that. We'll try that again, but yeah, first and foremost we have this, which is the sign. You can see actually here for now. Let's get rid of that. Oh boy, I'd like to get the Pikachu there. Easier said than done. It's really difficult. I actually got hit, I think. Okay, it counted, perfect. I quickly play also the... we'll take the photo of the... by pressing... By using the flute, we get Articuno. As we'll see, and honestly, I'll try to get these. Too bad that we won't be able to show also Flying Pikachu, I think. Too bad for the Jigglypuffs, but yeah, they aren't important. Yeah, we want these. Pikachu riding on Articuno. We'll try to get multiple ones to see if we... Yeah. Nice. I used the flute to get Articuno. And lucky enough also get that special Pikachu picture. Too bad that we won't be able to show both that and Balloon Pikachu. But yeah, I'll show the Articuno one, which is technically more difficult to get. Because you have to get Balloon Pikachu, Flying Pikachu, and then also Articuno, and turn around and make all that in time. But yeah, and yes, Pokémon Snap, it really is always a happy time and a lot of fun. Yeah, let's try to get the best ones technically. This one is closer, but it's slightly cut off. We'll actually try this one. Then we have only these Zubats, but yeah, not the best. Actually, this should be a better Mac. So let's go for it. Yeah, really bad. We'll try one like this one. Yeah, here we can actually see the Pokemon sign. Good thing I actually got one of them properly. As you can see, the other ones didn't count. And yeah, it's Mewtwo, but it only shows up in the photo itself. Good thing we got one. Although not getting it could have been a good excuse to revisit this course. To also get Balloon Pikachu. Yeah, only this Whipping Bell. We didn't even get Victory Bell, but we had more pressing matters. And yeah, all these. And of course, none of them counted for the Articuno. And yeah, that's also why, as you see, they all counted for Articuno. They all are new. So yeah, we'll actually show Balloon Pikachu. Actually, Flying Pikachu should be in, I think it's in English. Balloon Pikachu, if I recall correctly, in Japanese. We'll try with this closer one. Yeah, so too bad for that really special picture. Yeah, at least I was able to show how to get it, even though I wasn't able to actually take it. Yeah. And yeah, we have then Articuno, of course. By the way, yeah, first and foremost, of course, Articuno's Japanese name. Articuno's Japanese name, it's funny enough Furiza. So yeah, actually from English freezer. Actually check it also in the dictionary for the accent if it's available in this case. And yeah, as you might think, isn't that the name of a certain character in sorry about in a certain manga and anime, Dragon Ball. Yes, but it's also in Japanese. You might and luckily it's the same actually as in English. The second vowel, there isn't the second longer vowel. This one has Furi, long Ri, long Za. While yeah, Za is short in Frieza's name. But yeah, funny enough, quite similar. Yeah. Yeah, literally freezer, and luckily accented just like in English, and so on the Ri in Japanese, Furiza. Of course, as usual, we have in English. Doesn't exist the sound in Japanese, so it actually becomes the closest vowel, A. And also the longer vowel. Again, notice similar to English in varieties of English that don't have the R sounds, like received pronunciation of British English. For the classic example, car becomes car without the R at also the longer vowel. But yeah, so literally Freezer is the Japanese name of Articuno. The good news is that we should be able to get a really good picture here. I don't know if you get something extra here with these ones when it's immediately out of the egg. I'll actually still try to show one of these, like this one. Let's go back quickly. We'll try to show one of the dancing jinx. Yeah, I'm worried that this might not count, so let's go for this one. Risky because of the size, but hopefully it will be big enough. And yeah, actually that's it. We have already chosen them all. I'll actually save it, even though it doesn't one of the Articunos with the Pikachu, and also the flying Pikachu, honestly. Sorry, let's go back quickly to that. Yeah, this one, the best one that we are showing also to the professor. And yeah, also one of these. Yeah, in this case, I'll show this one. I'll show actually. We'll simply save it in the album, this one. And yeah, let's go to Professor Ox for the check. Yeah, we have these Zubats. I have serious doubts. Not the size, not even the pose. Not even the technique, because it's doesn't count as in the middle. So yeah, we'll keep the other one. This one should be better technically. And yeah, we actually get also an additional rating here. Similar to previous ones, I think, if not the same, but we'll still go through it quickly. It says O, again the usual exclamation O, just like in English. Yorokondoru no, from the verb yorokobu, to rejoice. I mentioned that as the translation because technically other translations could be to be delighted, to be glad, and so on. But yeah, in Japanese it's a verb. Those in English are copula plus adjective. Yeah, so fundamental meaning, keep in mind, to rejoice. Of course, in this case, it needs the form. It's a verb, Godan verb. So we have to follow the rules. It's in bu, and so it becomes nde. Here we can see the de because of further conjugation and contraction. Again, because well, first and foremost, the conjunctive form, we change the u into i, yorokobi. Then the i fell, yorokob. And then it became actually nde, because voiced consonants in Japanese at the time, in classical Japanese, were prenasalized, so mb. And so yeah, that's why we have this n, and why also we get the voicing of the te. Yeah, de was actually nde, pronounced as nde at the time. So yeah, literally now simply written with the n on its own, and the form required because then we had oru, we have already seen, Teoru, Deoru in this case, continuing action or state, just like Teiru. And then third, contracted Teoru, Toru. In this case, of course, because it would be Deoru, it then becomes Doru. Last but not least, we have again that no final sentence particle, exclamatory particle, as we have seen. We've even checked it. Yeah, so I think we have seen it before, but yeah, it was still worth mentioning again. In the middle, and yeah, so actually much better. Really nice. This one also should be better, technically. Yeah, perfect size, actually. Because I think last time there was actually part cut off. The pose much better. This time is almost facing towards the camera. Instead of facing almost away from the camera. And yeah, back in the middle. So yeah, better. Nice. Then we have this whipping bell. Actually, should be better. Yep. Counts as in the middle. Yeah, so better. Yeah, this coughing has no chance, honestly. Well, actually better than the other one, because the other one has a didn't count for the pose. Actually didn't count for the size, I think, because it was technically bigger, but of course clearly you couldn't see even what Pokemon it was technically, apart from here it's in its entirety, even if slightly smaller. But yeah, better. And yeah, we get a Korewa because we get a special extra points, because the one is Fusen Pikachu. And yeah, it's literally, as I've already mentioned, Balloon Pikachu, because Fusen, it's a Chinese compound, so hopefully it's unaccented. We'll quickly check. Yes, it's unaccented. Means balloon. And yeah, so balloon, as in a toy or decoration. Actually, funny enough, its original meaning would be balloon, as in hot air or gas balloon. Because literally the kanji used for this would be wind and then ship. So yeah, you can see why that was the original meaning. But yeah, nowadays it's actually balloon, as in toy or decoration balloon. And yeah, then of course Pikachu. So yeah, balloon Pikachu. I actually think, despite the balloons, actually called flying Pikachu in English, but I'm currently forgetting. Quickly check. Yeah, it's actually flying Pikachu usually. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, quite a lot more points, technically, on its own for the special, because it's quite a difficult one to get, as we have seen. I'm surprised I actually got it this time. You have to literally hit the Pikachu and Zubat with a Pester Ball. Easier said than done, considering they're pretty far away. But yeah, we got it. And technically would have got also the Pikachu riding Articuno, but it didn't count as a photo, unfortunately. But yeah, at least we got to see Fusen Pikachu because of that. slightly smaller. Yeah, not better pose. Lucky it counts as in the middle of the picture.
Yes, yes.
And so yeah, actually better thanks to all those points for the special. Yes, this one gets saved. Yeah, we have the Jinx. Yeah, smaller of course. But yeah, then we get actually this writing. So, good thing we did take this picture, and the size was big enough to go forward, to continue. Yeah, here it says, oh, Yukai na Odoriza na. Yeah, of course, the usual O is already mentioned. Then we have Yukai, a Chinese compound, which means it's an adjective in this case. Pleasant, delightful, enjoyable, joyful, cheerful, amusing, happy. I'd say the best one would be pleasant, the very first one, because yeah, all are good, but yeah, keep in mind pleasant as the fundamental meaning. Despite being a Chinese compound, this one is accent on the first syllable, so be careful. Yukai. And yeah, it's an adjective. And yeah, like as we can see in this case, we have the na, and so a following noun modified by it, which is again our odori, dance. Yeah, technically in this case, mai could have been better technically, but yeah. In the case here of Pokemon, honestly, either can be used, as we have just seen, but they clearly prefer Odori. We haven't seen Mai yet, and we might not even ever see it. And then, of course, Odori is a noun from a verb, but yeah, it's a noun in this case. And so we have the copula già, and then again na as usual. So yeah, the translation is oh, it's a happy, I'd say in this case better, a cheerful, a joyful dance. Na again in this case, let's say, isn't it more than you know, in the sense simply for emphasis. Yeah, we get it's in the middle, so yeah, so we get doubling. And there's also another Jinx in the picture, so we get some extra points for that.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, so it's actually better. And yeah, last but not least, we have our Articuno. Yeah, the size. Not the best size, but yeah, the pose, of course, perfect. The technique is perfect in the middle, and yeah, Subarashi. Yeah, we get our Pokemon sign, perfect. Automatic Subarashi, if it registers as a Pokemon sign. This one was a close call, as you have seen the other ones, because most likely it wasn't aimed perfectly in the middle. Didn't count, yeah, so we got it. And yeah, so we have taken all those pictures. We've replayed the course. Since we still have some time, I'd say we should have time to replay the 6th course. Of course, without doing also the checks. But yeah, actually, simply replaying the course, we should have time. And so yeah, we'll actually do it. The Valley. We have literally the Pokemon sign in the picture. But yeah, we'll go for it. We also have technically more Pokemon here, so yeah, quite important. First and foremost, I have to try to get that Magikarp there, so as much as I'd like to get also better Squirtles here, well, I'll try it, but yeah. We'll do it after. First, let's go for that. Too bad we also had the Goldeen, which I don't think we have gotten yet. We are getting only... Okay, now it counted, perfect. As you have seen, the Magikarp came out of the water, the Mankey punched it. We'll try to get that. Yeah, not too bad. We could get some more pictures here, the usual ones, the Senshu, with the Geodude also. Take some pictures, but these aren't the ones that interest us first and foremost. We could take also potentially Sandslash again. To that, Graveler doesn't matter, as we'll see soon enough, because we have something else. Although first and foremost we have to focus on these. I don't see it. Yeah, now you might have heard the sound. The Magikarp arrived here, and by throwing a Pester Ball, it gets sent into the waterfall, and so it evolves into Gyarados. Yeah, and by blowing the fruit, you get the Graveler dancing there. Barely did it, but yeah, that counted. Too bad didn't get the Starmie again. Okay, got a Staryu, so we get one more Starmie again. Not the best ones. And we could try to get also an additional Dragonite. Okay. I'll keep these remaining photos here to try to get a Goldeen by throwing some food and Pester Balls into the water. Dratini would be nice, but yeah, not as important. Yeah, oh, but don't think it counted. I'll try to do it again. Unfortunately, I think it's really just at random. Yeah, we might be too far ahead. I try to go like this instead. Yeah, I don't think we can get it anymore. Okay. I might have got at least a picture, not a good one, of course, but let's hope we got Goldeen, so we should have everything for the valley. And yes, so we can actually we actually have the time also to choose the photos at the very least. Okay, let's start. We have, well, we'll go for this Geodude, not the best one, but oh well. Okay, this is a Mankey technically. Yeah, but not great. We'll try this Magikarp going into the waterfall. Yeah, really bad Squirtle. We'll try this Senshu. This Sandslash, let's say. Well, of course the Graveler, we are going for the dancing ones. But first we have Gyarados. And yeah, it's actually the same as in English. Gyarados. Of course, in Japanese, Gyaradosu. And then the U of the Su at the end is barely heard, if at all. Because it has it's at the end. And it's preceded by an unvoiced consonant. And yeah, technically, this one is worth checking on Bulbapedia because it's not clear. According to Sugimori-ken, Sugimori-san, it has no specific origin, it was chosen merely for its force. But yeah, there are some hypotheses here in, according to Bulbapedia, from Gyakusatsu, a Chinese compound, and so an accent which means slaughter, massacre, or Gyakyo, less likely maybe, well, technically because of its evolution. Adverse circumstances. Gyakten. Funny enough, Gyakten, also an accent that these are all Chinese compounds, means reversal, turn around, turn about. It's actually found, as I mentioned, I think before once, in the Japanese title of Ace Attorney, which is Gyakten Saiban. Gyakten, turn about. As the ones also found in Ace Attorney games. And then Saiban, another Chinese compound, which means trial, judgment. We check also its accent. Accent on the first syllable, that one, so be careful. Yeah, no, the other potential Arasu, potentially, which is a verb unaccented, which means to lay waste, to devastate, to damage, by extension to invade, to break into. Not as likely, I'd say. The other one, which more likely, potentially, is the verb odosu. Actually, also an accented, so odosu, which means to threaten, to menace, to frighten into doing. And yeah, that one more likely because of the do-su part. While yeah, the Gyara, well, Ra maybe because of that, the Arasu, but yeah, the Gya, all these other potential Chinese compounds. But yeah, these are guesses. Could literally be just what Sugimori-san said. But yeah, we'll choose it. Yeah, better one. Yeah, I'd like one where it shoots out the water. Not sure if this one counts, so I'll actually try to go for this one. Even though I think the other one would be better. Okay, we should be fine so far, yeah, apart from that Graveler, but we are choosing, of course, the dancing ones. These one are technically closer, but I wonder if they'll count. Yeah, not actually. This one. I'll try this one. Well, not great star use. I will go for this one. Maybe a better star. I mean, yeah, no. Fortunately, not even close to the middle, so we go for a random one. This one. This slightly bigger. I tried this Dragonite. Yeah, really bad Goldins, but at least we'll get it will count as Goldin. We go for this one, and yeah, we get to see the Japanese name of Goldin, which is Tokisanto. Let me open as usual also Bulbapedia just to check additional potential meanings, as we have seen, for example, for Gyarados. Where it is? Okay, here it is. Sorry, I inverted them. It's actually Tosakinto, yeah, the Japanese name of Goldin. Tosakinto, because it comes from Tosakin, which apparently, according to Bulbapedia, it's a distinctive breed of goldfish. Yeah, of course, just like Goldin in English, yeah, because it's a goldfish. Just to mention it, the usual name, Japanese term for goldfish is actually much easier, because it's literally goldfish, kingyo, just with Chinese terms, Chinese readings of the kanji. Despite being a Chinese compound, is accent on the first syllable, so be careful. Kingyo. But yeah, so actually much easier the usual term. Yeah, we'll go for this one. Yeah, we've chosen them all. We'll go to the professor next time, because we have run out of time. So yeah, we'll start from here. Let me save. We have to save like this, the state, of course, this time. And yeah, let me close. And yeah, so today we have finally finished the gallery. We replayed all the remaining stages. The only thing left in those is of what we did today is the Professor Oak's check. But of course, since we got all the signs, actually, did we get all the signs? Oh boy, I think I actually missed. I was so focused on the Magikarp that we actually didn't take the picture of the sign. So actually, next time we replay the valley to get that, most likely. Let me quickly check, actually. Did I actually completely miss it? If so, it's a funny mistake, but it will be useful to get potentially better. Yeah, we actually didn't get it. So yeah, funny enough, next time we'll actually have to replay this course to get the sign. But yeah, after that, we'll... after replaying it, going through the checks, we should get Oak will have something to tell us. But yeah, so first we'll start with the current remaining check, and then we replay the course and continue from there. Okay. Next time, which should be on Friday as usual, unless plans change. Okay. See you next time.